are an embodied reflection of Source. You are thus infinitely empowered, abundant, and a co-creator with your context always. You are an alchemist. Divination works because the web of life is intelligently organized with coordinated and storied agency. Let's take a look at the stories playing out now. Hi everyone, welcome to October 2016. There's a lot going on, much growth and evolution. Many people are awakening now. Let's take a look at nature's unfolding cycle. And to do that, we look at the new moon point, which is a natural new seeding point. September 30th, 2016, we're going to have our second new moon of the calendar month, and that's considered what's called a black moon. You can see from this particular image that we're looking at, there's a full moon in the background, but this image was too appropriate and adorable for what I wanted to use it for, to not use it. But we're talking about the new moon, which is when the sun and moon are conjunct, and it's going to be happening at the exact point the narrative starts on the 30th of September at 5:11 p.m. Pacific time. The Sabian Symbol, the story, the narrative that is underpinning the energy set of this 8-degree, 15-minute Libra new moon is 3 old masters hanging on the wall of a special room in an art gallery. The keynote from Dane Rudyard is the need to return to source during a confused search for new value in a chaotic society. Now we can feel into a couple of things. One is just paying attention to what the symbol is showing you in your mind's eye. 3 old masters paintings hanging on the wall of a special room in an art gallery. This has to do with mastery. This has to do with tradition. This has to do with creative endeavors. And it is the number 3. 3 is creation, it is communication, and it's also community. And of course, Libra is all about justice, equanimity. It's about harmony and peace in relationships. And indeed, there's much activated on the global stage with regards to the duality of the human nature is really coming to the fore. And so indeed the keynote of the need to return to source during a confused search for a new value in a chaotic society could not be more appropriate for the now. Pisces, so let's take a look and see what is going on for you specifically for this cycle for October 2016. Now, let's first look at the I Ching that came up for you. You actually had 2. The first I Ching, to denote your particular underpinning narrative, what is your microcycle happening this month, was number 38, diverging interests. And it came with changing lines. The hexagram came with changing lines. And it became, number 1, creative power. So that combined message is the combined narrative for you over the course of this month. Diverging interest talks about estrangement. It talks about separation and people going their different ways. Creative power talks about your energy, your vitality. It also speaks to creative. In this case, it's speaking also to creative projects, creative ideas, creative businesses, etc. It's your creative vital source. It's power. It's your power. So it could be that for a good portion of Pisces out there, that there is some dissolution or division happening within a creative group, or you're experiencing a division happening between you and your clients, you and your partners, you and your friends, so that there's estrangement happening with regards to your creative ideas or creative projects. So you might be feeling or experiencing estrangement with regards to your creativity. Now, if we go to the spread, I have to tell you, you do have an interesting month ahead, Pisces, because it does feel that there is indeed a lot of power activated for you at the undercurrent, and there's some difficulty with it. So you're negotiating some things through this portal, through October 2016. So in the center, you can see the believe and trust. Believing, having belief, and having trust are the two predominant issues for you over the course of this month. It's a focus for you. Down at the bottom, you see the protection card. And what I get for you is that the feeling of safety might not be in place during this time frame. It feels like the feeling of protection, safety, your home, your security isn't going to feel rooted for you over the course of this month. And if you look up at the top, it's linked to thoughts around your place in the world and fear around that. So I think because you do have some estrangement going on in your reality, there is going to be some fear around where you belong. And there's so much to say about this because I can feel into this truth for you. I really do feel that you're intuitive and you're definitely tapping into a greater depth of knowledge recently. And it is unusual knowledge. You can see over there on the left-hand side, knowledge unusual. And I think that you're going to have some fear, for some of you out there, some fear come up about where you belong. This has to do with belonging. Where am I safe? Where do people want me? Where do people want my unusual knowledge? Look over at the far right side. So on the left side, you have knowledge unusual. On the right side of the spread, you see proceed, break, comfort, and path. Now, this has to do with your path and whether or not to proceed with it, because there are breaks, there are dissolutions happening with the comfort that you once knew. So there's something activated for Pisceans over the course of this cycle where your unique wisdom that is activated now. You've always had it, but there is a different level of depth and spiritual knowing, ancient wisdom knowing that you're tapping into, I think. And you do maybe feel like, wow, this is weird, this is unusual. People are disconnecting from me because I'm sharing bits of information that's coming to me and it's not landing. So you might feel afraid, like, where do I belong? Where does this knowledge belong? How do I proceed with my path in a comfortable way when there's breaks going on? So there's this, the proceeding of your path, there are breaks in it. And it might be disrupting the comfort that you once knew, your networks that you had in place. So now if we go to your Dakini, who are you to embody this month? Could not be more perfect, Pisces, because you are to become number 11, Spiderwoman. Now, number 11 is a master number, 1 and 1. Individual power. Now keep in mind, one of your I Chings was number 1, creative power. So 1 and 1 has to do with two things. Literally, 1 individuality and 1 individuality. Together they are like a bridge, like a portal, like a column. And the other thing about number 11 is that does talk about confidence and creativity. But there's a lack of confidence that can come into play with this master number. So for you, I do see that. You do have creative genius. You do have unique wisdom. But yet there are fears and doubts coming up about your safety and where you belong. And so that's part of the confidence building that's activated for you. For number 11, Spiderwoman, Spiderwoman is talking about the sensitivity of a spider to energies. So, for example, on the web that is spun of silk, any ever so slight vibration can be felt. So when the prey is caught in the web, the spider comes. For you, it's not about catching prey. It's really about attuning to your subtle sensitivities on all levels, the spiritual realms and the physical realms. Become ultra sensitive, not just emotionally sensitive, not just compassionate. This is about tapping into the deep wisdom of your energetic identification, your compass. That's the guidance. So know that this month is a confidence building cycle for you. We have all been going through, some of us for years, a honing process with regards to our tribe and the dissolution of old tribes as the new ones can start to form and build. So some of you could be experiencing that as well. And maybe it's hyper focused for you over the course of October, but you do have unique knowledge to bring. This is a time of creative power. You are to bring your truth, your alignment, not just to bring it, but to bring you in its truth for how it fits your soul print, your life path. This is about alignment to you. So I'm wishing you a beautiful, powerful, and clarifying month ahead, Pisces. I'll talk to you again next month. Bye.